शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। कठोपनिषद अध्याय 1 वल्ली 3 मंत्र 7। यस्त्वविज्ञानवान् भवति अमनस्कः सदा शुचिः न स तत्पदमाप्नोति संसारं चाधिगच्छति। In these two mantras, mantra 7 and 8, the Upanishad talks about the successful pursuit of moksha by a proper adhikari and the failure to attain moksha by an anadhikari. An anadhikari, one who does not have the adhikara for atmajnana, because his senses and mind are not disciplined. He does not pursue moksha, and even if he tries to pursue moksha once in a while, it does not culminate in success. Instead, he remains in samsara. Yastu avijnanavan bhavati. Yaha. Here, yaha should be understood as the Jivatma. The Jivatma who is avijnanavan, who does not have viveka in his buddhi. considering the imagery of Ratha, his buddhi sarathi lacks in viveka. Amanaskaha, he is amanaskaha. His manas also is not disciplined. Sada ashuchihi, he is sada ashuchihi, always impure. Since his manas is not disciplined and also senses are not disciplined, if manas is not disciplined, then so are the senses. Tasyendriyani avashyani, as we have seen in mantra 5. Then he is ashuchihi. His behavior as well as his thoughts are impure. Impure means they are unhealthy as far as the pursuit of moksha is concerned. Unhealthy thoughts and unhealthy behaviors. The thoughts that contradict the pursuit of moksha. And the actions that are against the pursuit of moksha. The actions that take him away from the pursuit of moksha. Instead, they take him to samsara, pin him down to samsara. Therefore, nasa tatpadamapnoti, saha tatpadam na apnoti. He does not attain that pada, that destination. Tadvishnov paramam padam. The destination means moksha. Moksham na apnoti. Then what does he get? Samsaranchadhigacchati. He ends up in samsara. Already he was in samsara. He continues to be in samsara. Samsarancha adhigacchati. Gets samsara. See the bhashya. Tatra purvoktasya avijnanavataha buddhisarathehe idam phalam aha. Tatra, among them, among the two types of people, or among two types of buddhi sarathis, vijnanavan and avijnanavan. Purvoktasya avijnanavataha buddhi sarathehe. A buddhi sarathi who is avijnanavan, who is lacking in viveka, who was mentioned before, purvokta, mentioned in mantra 5. Idam phalam aha. This phala, this result is said, Shruti says this result. Shruti states this result. The result of having avijnanavan buddhisarathi. What phala does a jivatma get when his mind, manas, buddhi and indriyas are not disciplined? Yastu avijnanavan bhavati. Yeah. Here, avijnanavan should be understood as the jivatma who has an aviveki buddhi, whose buddhi lacks in viveka. Yaha jivatma avijnanavan bhavati. Amanaskaha, apragrihitamanskaha, saha tataha eva ashuchihi sada eva amanaskaha. He is amanaskaha. Amanaskaha literally means avidyamanam manaha yasya saha amanaha or amanaskaha. One who does not have a mind. He is called amanaskaha. But it is not possible. One does not have manas is not possible as long as he is a jivatma. Therefore, Bhashyakara says, amanaskaha implies apragrihita manaskaha. One whose mind is, one whose manas is not disciplined, not restrained. The unrestrained manas is as good as absent, because it will cause more harm than any good. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, Atmaiva hyatmano bandhuhu atmaiva ripuratmanaha. Atma means manas. Mind is one's friend and mind is one's enemy. Bandhuratmatmanastasya yenatmaivatmana jitaha. Anatmanastu shatrutve vartetatmaiva shatruvat. A disciplined mind works as a friend. It is supportive. It helps in the pursuit of moksha. It works as a useful instrument. But when the same mind is indisciplined, apragrihita mana, then the manas acts as an enemy. Vartet atmaiva shatruvat. Manas is like a shatru. Then therefore, apragrihita manaskaha is amanaskaha. As good as there is no proper mind, there is no mind. His mind is of no use for him. It creates more trouble than any good. Saha tataha eva ashuchihi. Because of that, he is ashuchihi, impure. Sada eva, always impure. always full of impure thoughts and impure actions, actions that take him away from moksha, and thoughts that take him away from moksha. Nasarathi tat पूर्वोक्तम अक्षरम यत् परम पदम आपनोति तेन सारथिना न केवलं कैवल्यं नाप्नोति संसारञ्च जन्म मरण लक्षणम् अधिगच्छति. Nasarathi, Saharathi, that kind of a Rathi, Jivatma who is compared to Rathi, the individual who is compared to the traveler in the chariot. Tat purvoktam aksharam na apnoti. Tat padam is there in the Moola. What is the padam? Purvoktam aksharam. The aksharam which was mentioned before. Where is it? Yasyeturi jananam aksharam brahma yat param. That is where aksharam was mentioned. Brahman was mentioned as aksharam, the imperishable. Yat parampadam, it is parampadam, it is the ultimate destination, moksha. Na apnoti, he does not attain. Tena sarathina, with that kind of a sarathi, with the aviveki sarathi. न केवलम कैवल्यम न आपनोति संसारंच जन्म मरण लक्षणम अधिगच्छति. न केवलम कैवल्यम न आपनोति. The problem does not end in not getting moksha. न केवलम कैवल्यम न आपनोति. It is not that he just does not get moksha. There is another problem also. Samsarancha adhigacchati. He ends up in samsara. He gets into deeper samsara. Samsaram. Bhashyakara explains samsara as janma marana lakshanam. Samsara characterized by janma and marana, birth and death. Birth and death are the two problems associated with samsara. We can understand all other problems. Janma, then vyadhi, jara, all problems, janma, jara, vyadhi, all physical problems. And then there are mental problems, all psychological problems. All are collectively known as samsara. Janma marana lakshanam samsaram adhigacchati. He attains. He continues to be in samsara. यस्तु विज्ञानवान् भवति समनस्कः सदा शुचिः स तु तत्पदमाप्नोति यस्माद्भूयो न जायते। यस्तु विज्ञानवान् भवति, यह रथी, विच रथी, विज्ञानवान means vijnanavat sarathivan, one who has a sarathi, buddhi sarathi, which has viveka, vijnana. Vijnana means viveka. He is a viveki. And samanaskaha, manasa sahavartate iti samanaskaha. One who has a proper mind, a healthy mind, a disciplined mind, he is called samanaskaha. Sada shuchihi, and he is sada shuchihi, always clean in his thoughts and in his behaviors. All his thoughts are according to the Shastra. He has all the noble thoughts and noble emotions that are encouraged by the Shastra, like compassion, daya, love, kindness. He is a well-wisher of all the beings. All those are noble thoughts. Then actions are also in accordance with the Shastra. He follows the values in life. He is truthful, ahimsa, generous. He follows all the values. Then he is shuchihi. Satu tat padamapnoti. He attains that pada. He attains moksha. He attains Brahman as his own self. Yasmad bhuyo na jayate. And from that pada, from that moksha, he does not slip down, he does not return, and there is no more janma. Bhuyo na jayate. He does not take birth once again. Yastu द्वितीयः विज्ञानवान् विज्ञानवत्सारथ्युपेतः रथी विद्वान् इत्येतत् युक्तमनाः समनस्कः सः तत एव सदा शुचिः सतु तत्पदम् आप्नोति यस्मात् आप्तात् पदाद् अप्रच्युतः सन् भूयः पुनर्न जायते संसारे यस्तु द्वितीयः विज्ञानवान् Yastu dvitiyaha, yaha, which Jivatma, tu, tu means unlike the previous one, Purvokta Vilakshanaha ityartha. Purvokta Vailakshanya is indicated by tu. Dvitiyaha, another person. Vijnanavan, he is Vijnanavan. Vijnanavan means Vijnanavat Sarathyupetaha Rathi. A Rathi, the Jivatma who is compared to Rathi, and he has a Buddhi Sarathi endowed with Viveka. Vidvan ityetat. Vijnanavan means Vivek, Vidvan, Viveki ityartha. One who has Viveka. He has clear understanding of the goal as well as the means. What he has to get and what he should do and what he should not do to get his goal. Yuktamanaha, I think we have read. Yuktamanaha samanaskaha. He is samanaskaha. Samanaskaha is equal to yuktamanaha. One whose manas is yuktaha. Yuktam. Manas is focused. Yuktam manaha yasya saha yuktamanaha. Bahuvrihi samasa. One whose manas is focused. Saha tata eva sadashuchihi. Because of that reason, since his manas is disciplined, he is sadashuchihi, always shuchihi. Satu tat padamapnoti. He attains that pada. He attains moksha. And once he gets moksha, one does not come down from moksha. If one ascends to moksha, won't he descend from moksha? One might ask. If there is an ascendance, there can be a descendance also. That is why moksha is not an ascendance. You don't climb up somewhere to get moksha. If there is ascendance, there will be descendance also. Therefore, moksha is not ascendance. Moksha is discovering the truth by removing the ajnana. Ajnana nivritti. And the ajnana, once it is removed, it cannot surface once again. If it is removed once, it is removed for good. Ajnana is anadi, but it is not ananta. It is anadi, but santaha. That is the speciality of ajnana. And once it is removed, it cannot come again. Therefore, once one has attained moksha, there is no more samsara at any point of time. Yasmat aptat padat aprachyutaha san. Aptat padat, yasmat, from which means aptat padat, the destination moksha which he has attained, from that he remains aprachyutaha. He remains there without falling down, without slipping down. He is aprachyutaha. In fact, even now he is aprachyutaha. It is not that you have fallen down to become samsari. Always aprachyutaha. Always achyutaha. Atma is achyutaha. Achyutaha means one who has not slipped down. It is one of the names of Paramatma. Achyutam Keshavam Ramanarayanam. There is a shloka. Right? Yeah. So, Achyutam means not, it has not stepped down, not fallen down. And there is no downfall. Atma has no downfall. Therefore, you are always achyutaha. Na vidyate chutam chutihi yasya saha achyutaha. All samsara, the thinking that I have fallen down, is ignorance, ajnana. All chuti is ajnana. Because of ajnana, one thinks I have fallen down, I am lowly, mean. All downfall is ignorance. But in truth, you are always achyutaha. Therefore, once the ajnana goes away, there is no more fall down. There is no more downfall. You remain aprachyutaha. Therefore, bhuyaha punarna jayate samsare. Bhuyaha, once again, one does not take birth in samsara. No more rebirth after jnana. When he gets a jnana, he gets a jivan mukti. Jivan api muktaha. Even while living, he is muktaha. Jivan eva muktaha. Jivan muktaha. And then, when the prarabdha comes to an end, all his bodies are disintegrated. Sthula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, and Karana Sharira. All three Shariras are disintegrated. Shariratraya are disintegrated. It is called Videha Mukti. No more embodiment. No more confinement to the body. It is Videha Mukti. When an ajnani dies, what happens? Only the sthula sharira collapses. Only the sthula sharira gets disintegrated. the Sukshma Sharira and Karana Sharira remain intact during the death of an Ajnani, and the Sthula Sharira and Karana Sharira travel and the Atma associated with the Sthula Sharira and Karana Sharira also travels along with, which means Jivatma travels. Jivatma is nothing but the Atma associated with Sthula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira and Karana Sharira. Then the Jivatma, the Sukshma Sharira and Karana Sharira, they go and find another body, because the Sukshma Sharira always needs another body, because it has karma, and its karma has to be manifested. Without a Sthula Sharira, the karma cannot work. The karma phala cannot be enjoyed without Sthula Sharira. Therefore, it finds another body according to its karmas. It finds another body. If there is too much of papa, it will find a lower body, like animal body, plant body, etc. If too much of punya, it will find a devata sharira or gandharva sharira, etc. If it is neither too much punya nor too much papa, in between, then manushya sharira. Punyena punyam lokam jayati papena papam ubhabhyameva manushya lokam. In human birth, we have a mixture of punya and papa, almost to an equal extent. May not be exactly equal, but almost to an equal extent. It is a blend of punya and papa. That is why we have sukha also. Once in a while there is bhandara and you get jalebi, sukha, and then there is dukkha also. Both sukha and dukkha. Because of this sukha and dukkha, the experience of sukha and dukkha, in human birth it is easy to get vairagya. And it is easy to get desire for moksha in human birth. We see the dukkha also. If only sukha is there, one will not get vairagya. In devata sharira, it is not easy to get vairagya, because everything is fine. Even some of the human beings say that everything is fine. I have enough money. I am youthful. I have a good family. All is well. Then why I should work for moksha? Sometimes people ask this question. I am happy as I am. It is because of punya. since this person has done punya in some janma, and now the punya is fructifying, all is well for her. She has not really seen the downside of life, and she thinks this punya will continue forever. She doesn't know that the punya will also come to an end at one point or another. Therefore, sometimes because of too much of punya, one is caught up in samsara. And it can happen at any walk of life. Even after becoming a sadhu, because of one's punya, one may become a mathadhipati. He may become very popular and punya. Then he is engrossed in taking care of the matha and taking care of his public image and things like that. Even that can be a hurdle in the pursuit of moksha. Then he has no time to pursue moksha. That is why some people, even after getting great opportunities to become mathadhipati, etc., they relinquish. I don't want to get a great position. Instead, I want to spend time pursuing moksha, studying shastra, etc. So, a jnani does not have rebirth. Yasmad bhuyo na jayate. An ajnani has rebirth. That is why death is not a solution. Death is not an end of samsara. Death is only a part of samsara. Only an aspect of samsara. It is not a solution, it is not an end to the problem of samsara. Even after death, samsara continues. But a jnani, since a jnani, his sanchita karma gets erased. No more sanchita karma for a jnani. That is why no more janma. Kshiyante chasya karmani. What all are the types of karmas? What are karmas? Prarabdha karma, sanchita karma, and agami karma. Agami is also called kriyamana. Among the three types of karmas, the sanchita karma and agami karma of a jnani get destroyed. All of us have an account. The account of sanchita karma. And we keep adding to the account of sanchita karma. All the karmas that we do gets added to our sanchita account, whether we like it or not. And we don't know how much of karma is there in our sanchita account. It is a huge account. Because aneka koti janma, many crores of janmas that we had, we have been accumulating karmas, punya as well as papa. Then, when we take a janma, we bring a package from our sanchita account. It is like you have a bank account. When you want to travel, you withdraw some cash from the bank account. Say 10,000 rupees you withdraw. And you start your journey with the 10,000 rupees. I am talking about a time when there was no ATM, no electronic money. You have to take cash from the local bank where you have account. You cannot withdraw money from other bank. Only from one branch of the bank you can withdraw money. That was how it was earlier. I don't know whether you may not know all these things, youngsters. So, then he travels from one place to another place. How long can he travel? Until he exhausts his money. When he exhausts his cash, he has no way of getting money there. Then he has to return. And then he can take one more package, purse of cash. Once again he will withdraw. Then he will start his journey again. Likewise, from our sanchita account, we have brought some amount of karma, a package of karma, when we started this janma. And with that package, we got this body. It is called prarabdha. The karma that we will utilize in this janma. The karma which is responsible for this present janma is called prarabdha. It has already started giving its result. Right from the moment we were conceived in mother's womb, prarabdha has started working. And all the choiceless, without a choice, all that happens, it is our prarabdha. The body is prarabdha, is a result of prarabdha. What kind of body we should have? Who should be the parents? And even how long should we live? Even that is decided to a great extent by our prarabdha. Prarabdha gives the potential lifespan. To certain extent it is prarabdha. but then it may slightly increase or decrease based on our efforts. Sometimes if we lead a careful life, we may live a little more. If we lead a careless life, we may die a little early. But to a great extent, it is decided by prarabdha. So that is prarabdha. We brought it from sanchita. And then we are doing karma now. Even when we are alive as human beings, we are doing karma. Even when you are sitting here, you are doing karma. Even the shravanam will work as karma. It will give some punya. When I am speaking, I am doing karma. Punya or papa, I don't know. Because while speaking, I am killing so many bacteria and amoeba and all. When I am opening and closing the mouth. So, all the time we are doing karma. It is agami karma. For a jnani, the sanchita karma gets disconnected. No more connection with the sanchita karma. How do you know? It is known because of Shruti Vakya. Kshiyante chasya karmani tasmin drashte paravare. Sanchita karma is not there for a jnani. And a jnani does not have agami karma. After a jnana, all that he does cannot be considered as karma. Therefore, no agami karma, because no kartrutva buddhi. Kurvannapi na lipyate. No agami karma. But prarabdha karma of a jnani remains. Even a jnani has prarabdha karma, because it has already started giving its result and it has gained its momentum. As long as the momentum of prarabdha karma is there, a jnani's body will continue to live. And even a jnani will have pleasure and pain caused by prarabdha. Therefore, prarabdhasya bhogadeva kshayaha. Prarabdha karma has to be exhausted only through bhoga, only through experience. Now already for a jnani, the sanchita has become zero. As soon as he got jnana, sanchita has become zero. Agami also has become zero. But the prarabdha is there. It continues even after jnana. What is the pramana? Tasya tavadeva chiram yavanna vimokshetha sampatsye. Chandogyopanishad says, until the end of the body he continues to live. That means there is prarabdha karma. So it is the Shruti Vakya supporting the presence of prarabdha karma for a jnani. When prarabdha also becomes zero, all three karmas become zero. Sanchita, Agami, Prarabdha. Now Prarabdha is there, but the countdown is continuing. Slowly the Prarabdha is getting exhausted. It is like countdown. If you have seen rocket launch, there is countdown. 100, 99, 98, like that it will count down. Because Prarabdha is exhausting. And finally, it will become 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As soon as it turns 0, the body falls. Prarabdha is over. Then for a jnani, all three are 0. Sanchita 0, Agami 0, Prarabdha 0. Then Videha Mukti. No more karma to produce one more janma. Therefore, yasmad bhuyo na jayate. No more samsara. No further samsara for a jnani. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.